Number 1. A few years back, I lived with my mother and German Shepherd in a 2-bedroom rented townhome. I got home from work one day and went about my daily routine. When it came time to eat dinner, I knocked on my mom's door to come and eat. I smelled cigarette smoke and heard her grunt a response. So I went back down and ate alone. I figured I would just put a plate away for her. Fast forward to about 2 a.m. I am awoken by someone holding my hand and gently shaking it. I immediately shoot straight up and look around. My dog, who is overly protective and sleeps with me every single night, isn't in bed. She isn't even in the room. She most definitely was on my bed when I went to sleep. I sleep with the bedroom door shut and locked. She is scratching at my closed and locked bedroom door from the hallway. Frantic, I bolt for the door. Let her in and she is searching the whole room. I'm now yelling for my mother. No answer. I force my dog to walk down the hallway with me. I still smell cigarette smoke. I bang on my mom's door. No answer. So I just open it. The bed is made and her TV is off. My dog and I search the whole entire house. Nothing is out of place. All the doors and windows are still locked. I was freaked out to say the least. The next day I called my mom and she told me she left early the day before to go visit my sick grandfather. Number 2. When I was younger, my mom, my grandma and I liked to go to this little tea shop that was about 40 miles from our home. It was a cute little place where you could get the classic tea and sandwiches and cute little desserts and all. One time we went, all was normal, but on the way home we received a call that my other grandma had passed away. Very sad, but as she had been battling cancer, not exactly unexpected. The next time we went, a few months later, on the way home we received a call that my uncle had died suddenly of a heart attack. Creepy coincidence for sure, but we still did not think too much of it at the time. We went back a third time a few months after that, and for the third time on the way home, we received the phone call that someone had died. This time it was my grandpa's brother. We never went back to that tea shop again. Now all of these people were elderly and not exactly in the best of health, so them passing away around the same time was not exactly creepy. But the fact that 3 separate times that we went to this place, 3 people died the same day and we received the calls on the way home, makes me think something about that place was cursed. It has since closed, but I'm still nervous to even go to that area to this day. Number 3. A few years ago I was trying to get hold of my parents for something, can't remember what. Neither of them answered their cell phone, so I called their home phone. The line picked up, and it sounded like someone was talking, but it was very distorted. After about 10 seconds the line disconnected. That was at 9 p.m. My parents called me back around 10:30. They had been out at a movie, which had started at 8:30. They live alone. Number 4. When I was in elementary school, I shared a queen-size bed with my older sister and our family dog, who would sleep at the foot of our bed every night. When I was about 6 years old, I woke up one night around midnight and saw a dark figure standing at the foot of the bed. The figure was entirely in black without any eyes or a face. I tried to wake my sister up, but she rolled over to go back to sleep. My sister must have accidentally kicked the dog, because the dog woke up and raised her head and started growling at the figure at the foot of the bed. The growling then woke my sister up and she saw the figure and started screaming. When my parents came into the room and turned the light on, nothing was there. Number 5. Personally, I've had an extremely strange experience and I don't know whether to chalk it up to my 12-year-old brain at the time, or if it actually was of the paranormal nature. My best childhood friend used to live in this house that was technically 2 houses merged into one. Both were very old. The first night that I ever slept over, he told me about how a woman who lived in one of the houses lost her mind one day and drowned her children in a basin in the back, many years ago. It was around 4 a.m. and I woke up in the middle of the night needing a drink of water. I came out of his bedroom, passing the staircase that leads to the 2nd floor on my right, and walked out into the kitchen. On my way back to his room, for some reason I stopped dead in my tracks at the foot of the stairs, which I hadn't really been looking at in my haste to make it back to his room. I turned my head to look at them, and instead of a staircase leading up to the 2nd floor there was a set of stairs going downwards on an intense angle, into what looked like nothingness. It was pitch black. I stood there for what felt like 20 minutes, just gazing into this abyss that was before me, that wasn't there before. My brain didn't even register it as strange. That's when I heard an ear-piercing, it sounded like it came from inside of my head, woman's voice scream, "No. No. No." Needless to say, I booked it back to his room and I haven't really said anything about it since it happened. The weird thing is that I can remember it like it was yesterday, even though so many years have passed and I've probably forgotten about more important events since then. Number 6. A couple of weeks ago, I was laying in bed trying to go to sleep and I hear my TV come on. I lay in bed a few seconds hoping to hear my fat-ass cat jump off the coffee table. I get up and go out to the living room and said fat-ass cat is posted up on a table by the window and nowhere near the TV remote. The way my house is set up, my bedroom is behind the living room and my living room TV is perpendicular to the wall, not parallel. So I walk up to the back of the TV and right when I get next to it, it shuts off. Glow of the screen disappears, sound stops. I am 100% freaked the fuck out, so I unplug it. I go lay back down in bed. My heart is still going thump 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 and I'm trying my best to pretend everything is okay. So I lay there a few more minutes and then I hear more goddamn noise from the living room. I am so freaked out. I get my stun baton out to go check out the new noise. Because I might be able to tase a poltergeist. I poke my head into the living room. The TV definitely isn't on. I listen for a few seconds and realize this noise is coming from my laptop. The laptop I haven't opened in probably 2 weeks. I lift the lid on it and Tabs has decided to open itself and start running pop-up ads. I mute the laptop, go back to bed, and lay in bed awake until 4 a.m. In the morning I'm texting my boyfriend about it. He does so Googling. Turns out almost dead TV remote batteries can send garbage signals that the TV will interpret as the on signal. I've had my TV since 2011 and the remote still has Vizio branded batteries. I still don't have a good explanation for the laptop.